eyebrows, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in the shade Chocolate. And so for this, I'm just going to go out with the Professional from Benefit, which has been like my go-to primer. It's like one of the only primers I own as well, but it's really nice. And I'm just going to go ahead and dot it, like, we'll kind of like press it onto the areas that I want it, and then kind of just like smooth it out. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild foundation, and this is going to be in the shade Soft Beige. Okay, and to blend it out, I'm going to use my damp beauty blender. And this foundation isn't too heavy or like too cakey, so literally like as much as I apply, you guys can see it's very smooth. Just want to bring it down to your neck, even if it's the exact same shade, just so you know, like you don't have like a noticeable line. I've been loving to use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and this is in the shade Light. So even though you guys watch my videos, if you have a different face shape or just you like using makeup in a different way, you're totally welcome to. But me personally, just the way I like my makeup done, I always put it underneath of my eye, on my forehead, bridge of my nose, on my upper lip, and then on my chin. That just for me, because I don't really have like a really defined face. I just like to bring light to those areas. But of course, if you do have a different face shape, or maybe you don't like concealer on your chin, that is completely up to you. You don't have to feel like you have to follow my steps. This is just like a basic makeup look. You can totally make it your own by just doing what you like. So yeah, I just use the opposite side now of the beauty blender and go ahead and blend the concealer. So once I've finished just like really blending it in, I like to set it immediately with some translucent face powder. However, I haven't cleaned up my eyebrows yet, so I'm going to go ahead and just grab my little brow brush. The brush that I am going to be using to clean up my eyebrows is from Makeup Essentials, and this is a flat liner brush. I'm just going to grab my little Sephora mirror so that way I can get really up close. I know some people don't clean up their eyebrows, and some people even do their eyebrows after eyeshadow. I just like doing it this way because at least I know, because I like to do my eyebrows a lot more thicker, not really close to the shape that they are. Well, actually it's close to the shape that they are, but just a slight bit more bushy looking. I have to do them before my eyeshadow. If not, I'll just like fuck it up. And yeah, so then with a Morphe E13, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this brush to get more close to my brow and just blend it. I don't like to do this with a beauty blender again, just because I like that line to be really precise, but I want it to be a really, obviously I don't want that harsh line. Now, because I have had my concealer on underneath of my eye for a bit now, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out again with the beauty blender, just to avoid any creasing, because I don't want to set any of that creasing, because I do have like a fine lines underneath of my eye. I don't want the concealer to get trapped in there. Okay, next I'm gonna grab my translucent face powder. I have to cough. This is the Airspun loose face powder, and I got mine in the naturally neutral color. There's a ton of shades. There's even one that's unscented, but I believe you have to buy that one online. And yeah, and I leave a little powder puff just so it doesn't make a mess when I open it. And we're gonna bake now. So again, just taking that beauty blender, going underneath of your eye, making sure that you are blending any creasage out, just so obviously your makeup doesn't have like creases. Okay, so just taking some of that color, I'm going to place it underneath my eye and on my chin. And I'm gonna do something that may look like you're gonna fucking hate it, but I do like to bring it all the way down. So yeah, and then you can use your little beauty blender to, you know, just kind of put it all in, but I do like to put most of it on and then just kind of, you know, I'm not gonna leave it like this, but with a Real Techniques little setting brush, I'm just gonna go in and kind of set. How to not make myself look so pale, I'm going to take this e.l.f. powder brush. You can buy it on their website and I really like it. It's my favorite to like contour and like bronze with. So I'm going to be using the Hoola bronzer from Benefit and just taking my brush and I start working it where my like little shadow would be. Kind of like in circular motions. And I always like to go back and blend because I feel like bronzer is like really important and I like to just make sure it looks really smooth. And of course it looks a little like choppy or like a little messy right now, but while I do my eyes, I'll just grab some powder, put it underneath there. You don't have to grab a lot either, just enough. And just take that and set my lid. I'm using this first shade from the Morphe 35O palette just to set my base on my eyes. Just for, like I said, a light base, I'm gonna take this shade right here. Which one's lighter? Yeah, this one. And I'm going to take it on my Morphe little pointed brush. I like to always just have a tissue on hand so I can go in with like a shade like this and not have like too much product. Which I need to wash my brushes after I'm done filming. So I'm just going to add this into my crease. As you guys can see now, like there's a shadow here and there's not a shadow there. This just really helps with blending and stuff. I like to do circular motions and I always like to have a mirror here, a mirror there, just so I have a lot of like mirrors around me. Not because I like to look at myself, but also just because I like to make sure that in all aspects my shadow looks really diffused and really blended. By the way, I know a lot of you guys that watch my videos and like follow me on Instagram that like also want to do YouTube videos, or just for anyone that watches me and is very curious. What is this? The lighting that I use. So I actually just went up on Amazon. I went on Amazon and I started looking for lights. So like not a ring light, but just like lights that I use. Mine's are little umbrella lights and they are really nice. I love the lights that I got. The tripod that I'm filming on came with the lights that I purchased. It was kind of like a bundle, so it came with a tripod and then it came with the lights, and it also came with a tiny little remote which I can press record on or press like take a picture on and stuff like that. And it's connected to Bluetooth on my phone, so I don't have the remote. I don't really use it, but it did come with that. It all came together for $70, almost $85 with like shipping and like taxes and stuff. So if you guys are interested, I will include a link on this video for that, because I know a lot of people obviously don't all have money for like, you know, YouTube and stuff, and definitely me either. But because I did want to do videos and I didn't want to have like crappy lighting or be that person, which I know there's a lot of people that film on natural light, it's not a bad thing, but but I didn't want to rely on the light to be like, you know, I can't film because it's already dark. The lights come in handy a lot. It even comes in handy like when I do my makeup like at night. Like I decide to get creative like at 11 and I want my makeup to come with really good lighting. Yeah, it does come in handy a lot. I highly recommend them. And 85 isn't too bad. I mean, obviously, if you're not going to do makeup, or I mean, if you're not going to do YouTube a lot, maybe you just want to do, you just want to take good pictures, or you'd like to get them as a gift or something. They do sell everything separately. So I am going to take this like color right here. It's kind of like an orange color, but it's much lighter, and I'm just going to put that in my crease to make it a little bit more summery. And then just taking my brush again to blend it out. So yeah, and I do edit. I know a lot of people do ask me what I edit with, like as far as like my videos. And for the while that I did not have my laptop, I was editing on my phone. Sometimes you just have to be really patient. You know, you gotta kind of just suck it up and, you know, work with what you have. But I didn't like filming on my phone. I mean, I like filming on my phone. I don't like editing on my phone. So enough with that Morphe palette. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab my Magic by Juvias palette because I want to do something a little bit more colorful today. I'm gonna grab this shade called Sakia on a Real Techniques Beige shadow brush. And like I was saying, I didn't really like editing on my phone. It was just really, you had to be there and like dedicate that 2 hour of editing a 15-minute video, because sometimes it would just take a really long time, or I would cut something and then like it cut off like before or like right after I wanted to cut it off. So yeah, it was just really hard to edit with. But my parents were really kind, and they got me a computer because they wanted to give me that as a gift. So they did buy me a brand new laptop, which is the HP Notebook. If you guys want to check it out, I highly recommend it. I've just started using it, so if you guys do want to like know like, hey, what is it, how does it work, it did cost, because my brother does have a discount where he works and that's where I bought the laptop. The laptop came out to be like almost $400, a little over $400, and right underneath like $380 with the discount. So yeah, it's a really, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the most expensive camera because I definitely wasn't gonna make my parents buy me like a MacBook or anything. I'm not. I just wanted something to edit with. I wanted something I could edit with. I wanted something to just, you know, what you really need a laptop for, like to work on a resume, or to be able to like look at my emails and shop online, because a lot of things you can do on your phone, but some things are just better to do on a laptop. And one of those things is editing. I do edit on Wondershare Filmora. If you guys would like to check it out, I do recommend it. It works really smoothly for me. On the previous laptop I bought, which was an HP, I had bought it and then I returned it just because it wasn't really helping me edit at all. And I was just like, no, like I'm just gonna return it and buy a better one when I have the money. So yeah, it was really hard to edit on my phone. Wondershare is really great, and to edit my thumbnails, I just use PicMonkey, which is also really great. And I'm just taking again the shades Kia to deepen up and just kind of just like putting it on my crease a little bit more precise. My thigh is itchy. But yeah, if you guys are like wanting to do YouTube, I mean, I don't have like a huge following on Instagram. Like most people either have a nice following on Instagram and then start a YouTube, and then or you know, start a YouTube and like their followers obviously want to stay more in contact with them, so they follow them on Instagram. I'm not like that. I was just like, you know what, I'm not really doing anything and YouTube seems really fun. And I do have a makeup page on Instagram where I, you know, take selfies of like the looks that I do and like eye close-ups. But yeah, I mean, it's just something that I want to look like. It's kind of like, oh, like just letting people know about like what I'm passionate about, what I like to do, the kind of looks that I'm into. It's not really like something that I think is gonna turn into a career. Like, I love YouTube and I do want to make a lot more videos and obviously upgrade the quality and stuff, which I hope I will be able to do soon once I get my camera, because I am planning to buy a camera and just like get more into photography and stuff, because I do like to do something outside of my work that also, you know, is super fun but can also potentially be a career. And I think photography is super amazing and people are always wanting to take pictures. So yeah, and I'm just now going to take an eggplant shade. I'm saying just an eggplant shade. This is from the Pinky Rose Cosmetics Transition Palette in the shade Luscious Plum. But obviously if you have a similar shade, you guys can just use that. But yeah, definitely, like, even if you don't have like a huge following and stuff, like, I think you should totally still do what you're passionate about. Like, not let anyone tell you like, hey, you can't do that because you need this first or you need that. When I started my YouTube channel, I legit only had my phone. I do have a Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. I only had that and I was using flash. The flash made me look washed out a lot. Same with the lights, like the lights are really bright, but I'd rather you guys see me like in this lighting than like the flash, because the flash is a little, it changes a lot with the lighting outside, and just like with the yellow light that I have to have on in my room. I have it on right now, but I can turn it off and it not be a problem. And you know, even though it wasn't like, I used to watch other videos and I was like, oh, like fuck dude, like their videos look super nice, but hey, I don't have the money. Like, even though I would be like, I always have told myself like, no, I want to get a camera first and I want to get good lighting. I was just like, dude, if I don't do it today, I'm not ever gonna do it, so I might as well just put myself out there and whatever happens happens. Like, if people love it, that's great. If people hate it, that's awesome. Like, I'm gonna do what makes me happy, and I don't want to look, I never want to look back on myself and or like at my life and be like, hey, like I didn't do this ever and I wish I would have at least given it a chance. So yeah, I just started making videos, and I mean, I never even thought like people would watch my videos, but the fact that there's like more than just like people that know me that watch my videos and like comment on my videos and subscribe to my channel is really freaking dope, and I really do like mean that. Like, it's really cool. I don't think I need like 1,000 followers or like 12 million followers. I just think so long someone likes what I'm doing, and someone, I went on Instagram Live once and I was talking to some of my followers on there, and they were like, no dude, like keep doing your videos, like they're actually really helpful. And that's all I needed. That's all I needed to know to keep like making them, because I was like, at least if they help one person, if one person likes the way I do my makeup and is just like, how does she do it, and they ever are like, do you have a YouTube channel? Because a lot of people, even when I had like 200 followers on Instagram, I got like 2 or 3 comments. It's not like a lot of people, I'm exaggerating, but it was like a good, like it was people that were just like, dude, you should totally do a YouTube channel, like why not, like I want to see what kind of shit you do and like how you blend, or like how you do your makeup. And it's really fun, honestly. I mean, anything else, it's 8:20 right now. I'm not doing anything on this Monday night, so it's like, why not? Why not, you know? So yeah, I'm just using those shades, kind of mixing them together, just blending. I always blend a lot, so I usually do like to have music on when I do my makeup, just because the time goes a little bit more fast. Okay, so after I have that shade on, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease. For that, I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Born This Way, the same concealer that I did use previously to like clean up my eyebrows and highlight my face. All you want to do is just put some on the back of your hand. At least that's what I do. I don't grab it straight off the applicator, and I just grab this Vanity Planet concealer brush, which has been my favorite fucking brush, like honestly, to clean up my... Okay, so I'm just gonna look, kind of relax the eyes. That's what you always wanna do. And cut. If you have, honestly, with these type of looks, I'm just like, all you need is a good brush that is gonna do the work for you. And because you see, so now you see this eye and stuff, and I probably cut it a little too high, but that's fine. I'm just gonna grab this concealer brush, kind of take off a lot on. Do you guys see my One Direction shirt? My friend actually gave this to me when I first moved to Texas. She was like, oh, I just wanted to get your shirt, and I thought it was so sweet because like I was like obsessed with One Direction. I think everyone was at that time. I'm gonna take this shade called Yamoha. No, I'm gonna take Yara. Yara's a really pretty fucking shade. And I'm just going to, hopefully the palette doesn't fall. If not, I will cry. I'm just going to apply, oh my fucking tater tot. I grabbed the wrong color. Yara is so pretty. I love shades like this. I think they're so nice and so pretty. The pigmentation, I'm not sponsored by Juvias, but I highly love Juvia's place. Oh, I said Julia because I'm probably thinking of my dog. Oh my god, yes. Like, that is so pretty. It's so pretty. And I know that the quality on here isn't that great, but don't worry. I'm going to do, like, an eye close-up of on my Instagram. So, like, always make sure to follow me on my Instagram because that's where I'll have, like, the pop-in pictures. At least what I think is poppin'. Oh, yes, Juvia's place, yes. I'm like obsessed with this color so freaking much. It's so pretty. Like, I'm not even kidding you guys. Like, it's such a pretty shade. I'm just like, the way it looks in the pan is really nice, but the way it looks on your lid is so much nicer. And I always like to take some outside of where I cut the crease just to make sure that it does look very blended. So now I'm gonna take that same little pencil brush I was using with that by the way, I'm just using the shade called Plum. That's what it's called, the one from Pinky Rose. I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of like mush it together so it looks really blended, because you don't want any harsh edges. I really like this color combo a lot, and I feel like you don't need to go in with a Morphe palette. You can probably just go ahead and start with the Juvias place, but it's super pretty. I love it so much. I'm obsessed. Like, I love Juvias place so much. I haven't, if it's Juvias place or Colored Rain, like, I really like it. Colored Rain is super nice too. I have to do a look for you guys with the single shadows because they're so nice. I'm just gonna wait for my lash glue to get tacky. I did go ahead and highlight my face. I'm sorry I didn't do it on camera. I did record it, but then the clip was just gonna be really short, so I decided to just go ahead and finish highlighting. And wake my dog up. Do you guys see my dog? He's like been sleeping through me doing my makeup. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my lashes. Sorry for the big mirror, the other one fell. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Wet n Wild lip liner. This is going to be in the shade Bare to Comment. Always gotta make sure these lashes are on, cause like, yeah, oh, and I have to do my bottom lash mascara still, but gonna go ahead and just line my lips. Liquid Suede in the shade Soft Spoken. I've been liking using these with a little bit of gloss on top. Okay guys, so after that, hopefully that's good. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some mascara to my lower lashes and just like blend my lashes with these fake ones. I like using this mirror, so I'm sorry. For my liner in my waterline, I'm going to take my favorite eyeliner to put in my waterline, and that is nothing else but the Tarte Tartiest. This is the clay paint liner, and it is a freaking bomb. Stays in your waterline all freaking night. It would have been better if I just like did this before the bottom lash mascara, but it's fine. You guys know I like to do things backwards, so. Oh, okay. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this like chit chat get ready with me. I hope I can edit it down to not be 40 minutes. So yeah, but this is what I came up with using the Juvias place, the Morphe 350, and some from Pinky Rose Cosmetics. I always do that with my eyeshadows. I just have a lot and I like to use a lot. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, don't forget to like the video if you guys did enjoy watching, and to subscribe down below if you guys aren't already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon.